Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesday Yoga. We'll be doing our standing series today. So come join me on your mat, coming to the top of your mat. Start to find your breath. Have your hands at your heart, prayer position so that your thumbs can press into your sternum and your sternum's pressing in towards your chest to help bring your shoulders into an open position, shoulders back and shoulders away from the ears. Start to press down through your feet. Start to grow tall to the crown of your head. Feel your lower belly pull in. And then start to use your Ujjayi breathing to help focus on right here and right now. Closing your eyes, start to lengthen your inhales through your nose. Lengthen your exhales through your nose. Taking a nice deep inhale. Exhale. Take a nice deep inhale. Take a pause at the top of your breath. Take another sip of air and then let everything out super slow. This time, opening up your eyes, use your arms. Take a nice big stretch, reaching up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, swan dive, hinging at your hips. Knees can be soft as you bow down towards your legs. Taking it nice and easy. Inhale to your flat back. And then as you exhale, both hands to the floor, coming into a high lunge, warrior one position. And I'm just gonna open up my right foot a little bit more so I have more of a train track position, so I have more stability. Feeling a nice stretch through your upper thigh, your hip flexor as you push your left heel back, your right knee's 90 degrees. Feel free to stay here, feel that nice stretch into that high lunge. And then if you like, you can go up onto your thigh for a deeper hip flexor stretch and more of a balanced position, strengthening the legs. Take a nice deep inhale to release your arms if you feel comfortable. Come up 1 inch. And then as you exhale, sink down, bending your back knee, hovering the floor. Inhale to rise. Exhale again to lower, hovering, working on your leg strength. Inhale, lifting. Exhale to lower. And this time we'll lower all the way down to your mat. Feel free to double up on your mat if you have any sensitivity with your knee. For me, I just like to push my back foot further back, so I'm on the bottom of my thigh rather than on my knee joint. And then take your left hand to the inside of your right foot for a twist. So pushing into my right thigh to open up, looking over my right shoulder, feeling the twist from the bottom of the spine to the crown of the head. Staying here, or go ahead and take your right hand up towards the ceiling or go into a prayer position. So to go into that prayer position, I'm going to shift a little bit forward actually so that I can twist easily with my elbow over my thigh, pressing my thumb to the center of my chest to get into a deeper twist. As you inhale, we're lengthening the spine. As you exhale, pushing into your thigh to get a little bit deeper. One more deep inhale. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release. Take your hands either side of your front foot, stepping forward, coming into a squat. So I'm having my feet still in that chair pose with feet on train tracks, arms shoulder width apart. Take a nice deep inhale, come up 1 inch. Exhale again, sinking 2 inches. Lower back is in neutral, sticking my bum way back. Inhale, exhale. Make sure you can see those toes. And now we're gonna lift just the heels, stay on the balls of the feet. Pausing here, working on the strength of the legs. Balance, core is engaged. Take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, push from the balls of your feet to stand. Focusing on a spot that's not moving. Stay on the balls of your toes. Exhale to descend. So slowly coming down, still your heels are lifted. Staying on the balls of the feet. Once you come down all the way, lower down your heels, switch legs. So now my right leg's gonna shift back. I'm in that high lunge position. Inhale to rise. And then exhale to sink. Lower so that my back knee is hovering about 2 inches off the ground. Inhale, lifting, squeezing your back, glutes. Exhale, lower, hovering 2 inches. Again, inhale to rise. Exhale to sink, this time coming down all the way to the floor. Hands on either side of your foot. And then again, you can come a little bit deeper by pressing your back foot back, shimmering it back, feeling that nice hip flexor stretch. Stay here, or both hands onto your thigh, deepening the stretch, and then going to the twist. So you can take your right hand on the inside of the left foot, left arm rises. Staying here, or going for that deeper twist in prayer pose position. I'm going to shift my right knee a little bit closer to the front so I can wrap my elbow over my thigh, thumbs into the center of my chest. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisting, pressing my elbow against my thigh, opening your shoulder, opening your chest, looking up or to the side. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. Come back to center. Both hands to the front. Curl the back toes. Step forward. Again into that Y or Utkatasana chair pose with feet shoulder width apart or hip width apart. Pausing here. Again, inhale to rise. Onto the balls of the feet. Stay nice and low. Exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. And then again, we're going to ascend all the way up, staying on the balls of the feet. Perfect. Working on the calves. Again, exhale to lower down. Stay on the balls of the feet as you descend. Get to the bottom of your chair pose, and then go ahead, lower down your heels all the way, and rise up, standing, hands at your heart. Take a nice deep inhale, and then as you exhale, bend your knees, step back right foot so we get into warrior 2. So I'm going to open up my right toes away from my body. Left knee is bent 90 degrees. Staying here, arms are parallel. Take a nice deep inhale to lengthen. Exhale to sink. Find your edge where you feel like your thigh is burning, you're magnetizing your inner thighs together, and you feel the leg work. Pulling in the lower belly, shoulders wide. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to work on that leg even more. Reach forward, stay here, see if you can hover. So my arm is pressing against my inner thigh. My thigh is pressing against my arm is hovering. I go into side angle pose. Reach forward 45 degrees. As you inhale, as you exhale, reach up. Inhale, 45 degrees. Exhale, reaching up. One more time, inhale, and then exhale, release. You should feel some nice relief in your leg coming into triangle. So we're extending that leg, shift your hip back, reach forward. So now stretching out your hamstring, stretching the inner thigh. Again, we're gonna hover. So if you can, try not to touch the floor, try not to use your leg, hover so that the back of your hands against the inside of your leg. Open your chest, look up to your thumb. Again, we're gonna inhale, reach. Exhale, reach up. Inhale, 45. Exhale, 90. Again, inhale and exhale, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So use your core to rise, coming up to standing, switching legs just by shifting your feet. So now my right toes are facing away, left foot 90 degrees, coming into warrior 2. Bending nice and low into that low lunge where the right knee is 90 degrees. And we feel your thigh burning. We're magnetizing the inner thighs together. We're pulling in the lower belly, and we're smiling wide to the chest, gazing past the right hand. Breathe here, stay nice and low. A little bit lower if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay nice and low as we reach, reach, reach. Now pressing the back of the arm on the inside, hovering here, keep your knee bent, arms to 90. Inhale, 45 degrees. Exhale, 90. Inhale, 45. Exhale, 50. Again, reaching here. Last time, reaching up all the way, feeling some relief as we extend. Getting ready for triangle. So I'm shifting my left hip back, reaching far, hovering again, just pressing the back of my hand against the inside of my leg. Inhale, 45. Exhale, 90. I'm just gonna micro bend my knee because I feel it hyper flexing, so we don't want that. We don't want to feel pressure on the kneecap. If you do, micro bend. Again, one more time. And release, come back to center. You should feel nicely warm through your legs. Now we can do our goddess pose. So pointing my knees and toes back in the same direction away from my body. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands behind the head and slowly lower yourself down. So I'm just doing this to keep my shoulders above my hips as I squat down, feeling for the burn on my thighs. Inhale to rise, super slow, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's one of my faves. Keep your hands interlaced behind the head and go ahead, side bend. Hold here. Nice deep inhale. Exhale, come back to center. We're staying nice and low. Exhale, side bend. Hold. Inhale, exhale back to center. One more time, each side. Side bend, hold, inhale, exhale back to center and switch. Hold, inhale, exhale back to center, and now you can slowly release. Hope you felt a little bit of burn, a little bit of the shakies. I know I did. And now reverse. Turn your toes in, heels wide like your pigeon toes. So we're gonna forward bend, hands on the hips, just to guide your hips back. So we're leading with the heart. I'm just gonna go side profile here. Leading with the heart, nice spines, nice and long. And you will feel your hips shift back. As you feel your hips shifting back, you should feel a nice hamstring stretch. We're gonna increase that stretch even more by holding the back of the legs and lean forward. So you should feel like your hips are now over the heels or they're leaning in that direction, which is what you want. You want to feel the tailbone lifting up towards the ceiling as your chest leads the way to the floor for a nice hamstring stretch. And just take a peek. Sometimes we lean to one side more than the other. We always favor one side, which is normal. So I favor, actually my left side is stronger because I'm left-handed, so I feel I'm shifting more to the right. So I have to mentally use my right side more because I'm left-handed to push more into the center. And then I'm gonna let my head hang. Unfortunately, it's at my dog's butt. So hopefully you don't have a dog's butt in front of you, and you can let your shoulders hang, let your head hang. You can shake your head, nod your head. It feels really good to release the cervical vertebrae when you're standing or sitting for a long period of time. So just let it hang. You can even hold on to your elbows if you want to help release any tension in the upper back. I have a lot of flexibility here, so I'm actually gonna bring my feet closer together to lift my torso higher so that my arms don't touch the floor. And then I can hang and let my shoulders and spine release. But I like to think about like a waterfall, feeling like the pressure releasing from your spine as you forward fold. You can do this with your feet closer together. In this position, I do it wider just for the sake of sitting in long periods of time. I find my hips get really tight. Okay, so releasing your arms, and then we're gonna release by pressing our hands to the floor, or you can use your legs to come up halfway. I'm gonna reposition my feet wider because I prefer that when I do a twist. So from here, both hands to the left. Sorry, both hands on your left ankle. And as you hold here, you should feel a deeper stretch on the left side. So as you inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepen by pressing your torso towards your left side. And we're looking up over the left shoulder. If you feel like there's too much pressure on your head, by all means, feel free to use your hands to lift up a little higher so your head's parallel to your heart or higher, which is perfectly okay. If you're looking for that deeper twist, my right hand is on my left ankle. My left arm is going to weave through the hole, and this time look over my right shoulder, or underneath my right shoulder, I should say. So I'm looking underneath my right armpit and holding on to my right leg with my left hand. And yes, things look reversed when you're upside down. Slowly take a nice deep inhale to open up your chest. Press your chest a little bit closer to your legs. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release. Come back to your untwist neutral position, and then come back to center to reset. So take a nice deep breath wherever you are in the center. As you exhale, go ahead and release, come back to the right. So now both hands on the right ankle, pressing your chest towards your thigh, looking over the right shoulder. Feel free to stay here, or option, my left hand's on the outside of my right ankle, my right ankle, my right arm's weaving underneath, holding to left legs and looking underneath the left armpit for a bit of a deeper twist. One more deep inhale. As I exhale, I'm gonna pull my chest towards my thigh. One more time. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release, unwind, come back to center. I'm gonna heel toe my feet closer to my mat, and we're gonna go into a wide squat, Malasana, low squat. So from here, if your knees are a bit sensitive, feel free to go higher using your knees to stay up. Knees can stay 90 degrees or wider. If your knees are okay with more pressure, go ahead and deepen your squat. And I'm gonna use my elbows in towards my chest, or my inner thigh, to lift my chest. And my knees are feeling that pressure from my arms naturally to widen, and I'm looking forward. So I'm gonna end today's practice here. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. Lots of fun things you could do here, whether you can wrap your arm this way or wrap your arm this way, or go into firefly, which I think we showed last week with your arm behind, and go ahead and lean back into firefly or even crow. Lots of fun things to do. Feel free to stay here for a few breaths. It's great for your hips. And it's also really great to find your breath in this position. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.